Because I'm not, you guys are not talking to me. Get to the chat room right now, please. Get to the chat room right now, please. Okay, guys, please. Okay, good. Yinka is connecting from Ibadan. Good. The Lord Austin connecting from Lagos. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for connecting. Please tell all your friends. Yinka Konde. Yeah, good. Yinka Konde. Yeah, good. Tell all your friends, tell everybody that today is going to be an exceptional day. Let them come in right now. Larry connecting from CA meets Canada or California or Calgary or Calabar or Calabar. So which one is your own, Larry? So guys, please, as many people, okay, the big faith connecting from, where's this? Lahore. Or is it, okay, Lagos? I was almost getting scared. Okay, Larry from Canada. I know you're from Canada. Don't worry, I'm just pulling your legs. No. Larry has been one of the few people that are consistent with us, one of the many people that have been consistent with us in all our programs. Victor Adedeji connecting from Ogun State. Thank you. Please let us know. Femi Adeniba, my man, Kosiberu from Lagos State. Good. So we're waiting for as many people that will still join us as you're joining us. Let us know where you are connecting from. Let us know where you're connecting from. Good. Larry, I hope you guys have gotten a grip of coronavirus in Canada. I'm sure you guys will get a grip of it. Don't worry. So tonight, we have a very precious Egbo, to me, a very precious person. I love him so much. Now, the interesting thing about the love I have for him is I've not even met him. But the connection is so real. I mean, when you see somebody who is very real, very simple, and very down to earth, you just connect immediately. So I am excited about today. And I know it's going to be an awesome time with him because what he's sharing with us today is something that he has done over and over again. And I'm sure he will tell you he even wrote a book concerning this topic today. He wrote a book. So probably after tonight, we will all have to go get that book and read it again and again. So Ben, Mr. Ben connecting from Lagos. Thank you. Adeola Ajibare. That's my doctor. Ajibare. That's why it's always good to pick a name, a good name. You know, when two doctors were recommended to me for me to talk to concerning a situation that I needed a consultant. And the reason why I chose him, and it was a good choice anyway, because we had a wonderful relationship, was because of his name. Ajibare. I want to wake up and and see what is it right now, and see joy and see wonders and see beautiful things. So I chose him. I would rather call Ajibare, and then since then I have been waking up to pleasant things. Fantastic man. I'm not sure we have concluded yet, but it's supposed to appear next week and talk to us about our hearts as businessmen. We don't pay attention to it most of the time. But I'm sure before the end of today, we may even ask him to say one or two things to us as we move on. It's good to have you, Ajibari, online. Thank you so much. Folake Ferreira, always there for me, always there. Thank you so much for who you are, what you've done. You are a blessing. You are a darling. Also, we have Esther Onyekachuku. Yeah, I got that. From Abuja, Nigeria. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, guys, you need to go tell your friends. They need to be on this call right now. They need to be on this platform. They need to be on this platform. Call as many people as you can. Let them come here before we start. So good. Before we allow my cannon, before I allow my cannon loose, or I let my cannon loose on you guys, let me just take a feedback from one or two people that have always been with us. If you want to just raise your hands, have some things to share on how this program has been of great benefit to you. It would be nice for us to see your hands and share your story with us quickly. Oladele Oludipo, yeah, Pangroove, that's my publisher. My book, is it ready? I'm almost coming with another one before my birthday. I want 2 books on that day. Good. Oladele Oludipo, thank you for joining in. Thank you so, so much from Pangroove, Lagos. Okay, good. Who's going to catch the, sorry, who's going to bell the cat? Yeah, bell the cat. So you've been here? We've almost done this now for almost two months, over 1 month anyway. So you're here, you want to share your story with us. Quickly raise your hands or else I will call you myself. I'll call you now. You know, I can see all of you here. I can see all of you. I just say you. Well, quickly. If you raise your hand, it will be good for us so we don't have to call you. You have something to share with us on how this has been a blessing to you. Good. I'm sure we'll have some considerable number of people join us today because I know this is a powerful topic. Move into position. Move into position. I don't know about you, but the wise guy does not get the best job. It's the wise guy who has moved into position that gets the best thing done out of life. So if you're there, okay, good. Prince Rosie Oshemeke Catalyst, can you switch on your video and then we'll take your comments concerning how this program has been of great benefits to you. So please, if you turn on your video, we will unmute you, Prince Rosie. I just hope Prince Rosie. Okay, yeah, that's Prince Rosie. Please, can you unmute Prince Rosie so that he can have the floor? And spotlight him, please. Thanks for coming. Okay, Prince, you've got the floor right now.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, pardon my manners. Just a bit mentally stressed. Just got back home. I'm just joining the program at the moment, so I've really not had time to really capture the essence because the convener facilitator, today we were earlier at the event at the Pertinence Place. So when you mentioned it, so that was a spark for me to just sign up and try to attend the meeting. I hope everyone can hear me loud and clear.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, so I just got back home now, so I decided to quickly connect and get the benefit of the meeting. So really, my thoughts are not immediately put together appropriately, but I guess as we commence, go further from here, I should be able to capture and take in 1 or 2 benefits that I can apply to my own emerging life status. So basically, I just want to enjoy the experience and then move on from there. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, Prince is just joining us for today. I think we met at the program this afternoon. Yeah, you said so. Good. So it's a first timer. Do we have a way we see first timers? No, we don't. Everybody's a first timer and everybody's a member of the family. So good. Are we good? Who's raising their hands again? Nobody? Okay, you can still do me a favor. Please get as many people as you can to be on this call, to be on this platform. My Canon is ready. I am ready. Everybody's ready. But I'm also stylishly waiting for Emmanuel Onoha. Is going to join us soon, I believe. But today's going to be great. Today's going to be great. This week's going to be outstanding. Today's going to be a day that we will all be excited about because we're going to get some nuggets that will move us to that positioning that is very vital and important for our progress. Now, like you all know, Nia doesn't keeping your business in business. It's all about helping people who are already in business to sustain their businesses and make sure that they build effectively. Like we always tell people, people don't run successful businesses. It is systems that run successful businesses. So people run systems that run successful businesses. So whatever we're doing here, it's all about empowering your system, empowering your structure, empowering your infrastructure, and also empowering the people. Because at the end of the day, we don't just want a business that's a flash in the pan. We want a business that can last 20 years, 50 years, 100 years. That's always been my dream. That's always been my passion. That's always been my pain sometimes when I see businesses that do not last that long. I don't want to make money now alone. I want to make money in 10 years, 15 years, 25 years, 40 years, 60 years, 120 years. No, 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 no. My business, yeah, my business making money 120 years. That's the vision. That's why we're here. And that's why we put up this program every Thursday. That's on Instagram Live. That's where we talk to fresh business people, people who are just starting off in business. We call that entreprenata. Entreprenata. Two combination of two words, entrepreneur and nata. Nata is the place of birth. So at that place, we talk to people about how to start and nurture businesses. How to start and nurture business. You know, in the maternity world, you have pre-nata and you have post-nata. And that's what we do there in entreprenata. We'll help you conceive. Well, sorry, we don't help you conceive. Yeah, we help you conceive, or you have conceived and you come to us and we help you preserve the pregnancy. And then we'll move on to the stage of birthing. And then after you birthed it, birthed the dream and everything, we also help you in nurturing it. That's what entrepreneur is all about. It's all about. But tonight is for business people. Tonight is for the bone crushing episode. Tonight is for people who are already into business, who want to scale up, who want to move on to the next level, who wants to do that which probably their parents have not been able to do, or the business people have not been able to do. They want to push the frontiers. I want to break barriers. This is the meeting for people like that. Good. So tonight, I'm so excited. I'm trying to see the number of participants that I have. I'm so excited. So excited tonight. And it's a great, great, great pleasure for me to have him here. So looking forward to September. Nothing will stop that September. Come rain, come shine, nothing will stop that. If I have to walk to London, wherever it is from Nigeria, I'll walk. If I have to swim, if I have to go through Liberia, Morocco, I must get there. It's an opportunity for me to celebrate him. I'm so looking forward to celebrating him. So I'm glad that he's here. He's going to be here with us tonight and also on the 25th, when the 50th celebration of Nia Adesanya starts. He's going to also be giving us the keynote address. Probably will share the flyers with you tonight. This is my family member, so I can share flyers with you before it gets out to the main domain. And then for those of you who live in Lagos, please do me a favor, please. I have two massive billboards in Lagos. Two massive billboards in Lagos. Do me a favor. If you drive through, or even if you don't drive through, just make sure you drive through. Take pictures. I mean, I have a 4 by 15 meters billboard in Ozumba, Mbadiwe, and I have one at Maryland bus stop. Please, I beg of you, go there, take pictures, post it on your Instagram page, on your Facebook page, and tag me. Please, even if you're not driving through, drive through and take those pictures or even do video. Tag us. Let us repost it. Two massive one. And then we're having a program on the 11th and the 12th. It's all about teaching people on how to speak and how to communicate effectively. So please help us so that we can also be of help to other people. So go there and then get it done. God will bless you greatly. So tonight, thank you, Lois. Lois, since you know where it is, you need to take pictures and send it. Send it so I can see. Behind 1004, Ozumba, by the way. Yeah, take the pictures, record it. They stop traffic a little bit. Let us wonder, what's this lady doing? They stop traffic a little bit. Yeah? And let us have it. Good, Lois. So tonight, you will see that I'm extra excited tonight. I don't know if you noticed that. If you notice that, go to the chat room and let me know whether you noticed that or not. That I'm super excited tonight. Did you? There's one unusual energy that is coming. Talk to me now. Am I here? Are you here? Well, I'm the only one feeling that I'm excited. Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, Sunday. Thank you. Yeah, it means I can see it. It is very obvious. You see? You know why? Because of the speaker of tonight. So excited because of the speaker tonight. Can you just imagine how you've not met someone, but you're so excited about the person? The person must have some magic. He must have some special effects. I'm telling you. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy, go to the chat room and let us welcome him. I call him my canon. He's the only canon I know right now. Probably will be the only canon. So he's my canon. Help me welcome him, my Egmont. I love him so much. Canon Yemi Adedeji, as he takes us on move into position, strategic relationship, and all that. That's what we want to learn today. And then I tell you guys, that is my strength. Relationship is my strength. I know nothing but the relationship. So it's going to expand it. It's going to stretch it. And I'm so looking forward to it. So guys, go to the chat room right now and welcome him. Don't say welcome, sir. Say welcome the canon. Welcome the canon. Welcome the canon. Oh, yeah, come on. It's working. Thank you. Canon, look at the chat room before you come on. Who is contesting? Somebody's contesting something with me there. Let me go and find out. Yeah. Somebody's saying that you are not my canon. Okay. BC is saying that it's not your canon, sir. It's my canon. Well, that's good. Whoa, sir, be looking at the chat room. We are welcoming you seriously. Look at the chat room. Look at the chat room.
It's set up.
Awesome. So, sir, the floor is yours. Take it on.
Thank you very much. Thank you ever so much, Nee. The energy is mutual. The energy I'm receiving from you and the energy flowing from me is mutual. I hope you've not set me up too high, but I will try my best. God will help us. But I must say that you have me into two. I mean, it's like you have the right button to press. When we talk or when we chat, I just know that I'm divinely connected with this man. Thank you for all that you do. God bless you for all you're doing for the people. Now, tonight, I really want to share my story of how I got to where I got to, and the principles of a strategic relationship and what has made that to be possible. It's going to be practical in many ways, but it's going to be a lot of stories of and what you can learn from it. And over the years, I've been very much involved in strategic engagement and relationship, just about people, just being the bridge between people, relating, connecting. And I realized that doors were opening for me in a massive way with leaders, with organizations. But I never knew for any reason that there's actually a principle and a knowledge base around this stuff. So I remember I was in Accra, Ghana, with a very good friend of mine and also my pastor, Pastor Agu. We're kind of having a chat one-on-one
Raise the mic
together.
so that I can hear.
And then he said this to me, I'll never forget. He said, Yemi, you travel all over the world trying to tell people, do all these things, do all of that. And he said, have you ever thought of putting it down in a book? He said, because if anything happens to you right now, nobody will know that you have all this knowledge. And he said, your book will go further than where you can be. And that was what got me going, that made me write the book, Moving to Position. It's about 5 years old now, but the nugget is still phenomenal. But then the background of this book is very simple about life. I've come to understand is that what you know in life opened the door for you, but it is who you know that will take you to the top.
Whoa.
Many of the times you will see people that have PhD, Cantor, ACCA, what they know will open the door. But then it is who you know. It is the relationship that you know, and how you engage that relationship strategically that will take you to the top. That's why some people have the same degree, massive 10 degrees. They are still in the same job, same place, doing the same thing. Why? Because they've not learned the art of relationship. Because it is relationship that we're going to make a difference in whatever we want to do. So tonight I'm going to share my screen with you if possible. Oh my God. So can you see my screen in any form or in any way? Can you see my screen? Can somebody speak back to me? Share. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Oh, yeah, we can see it
Can
now.
you see my screen?
We can see it. We
You
can
can
see
see
it.
it. Okay. I want to start from here. You see, what I found out is that many people in life, where they are warm, nobody's calling about their bench warming. They are more or less near satisfied from where they are. Maybe you work in a bank, you work in an oil company, or you are in a role or you're in a position, they are bench warming. The outcome is negligible. I can pay my bill, I can drive some car, and then over a period of time, they realize that they will be frustrated within the sphere of their operation because they are not moving beyond where they are or where they need to be. So many people are in that position. They are existing, but they are limited in influence and the impact that they want to that will be for people. So most of the time they have what I call a self-survival mentality, and this is where the prejudice come in. So it could be that it's because I come from this family, it's because I live in this place, it's because I'm black, it's because of this. So you begin to give excuse for where you find yourself, and then the worst is that people then becomes to they start to look inwardly. The moment you start to have inward looking, not an outward looking, you'll not be able to identify the value of what you carry, which will be the negotiating instrument for your relationship. And so many people really, they more or less make their stopover their destination. It doesn't matter where job they find themselves, what country they find themselves, whatever they do. They just think, you know what, this is my destination. No, it's not your destination. Every single place you are, as long as you have the breath of God in your lungs, there's a better place to be. And so, for me, I'm not bragging, but I just wanted to show the journey I've traveled, where I found myself in the United Kingdom. Right? And I'll start unpacking that, why strategic relationship would put you into so many of these roles that you find yourself. First trustee director of the largest Anglican mission in 180 years. First black governor of prestigious London School of Theology, governor of Christ Redeemer College. Founding director, UK Evangelical Alliance, leading over 28 denominations across different ethnicity in UK. Pioneer now European Evangelical Alliance across 22 countries. Our first person of color. The list goes on and on. You know, on and on and on. This is not to brag, but this is just to say to you, there's no limit of how you can strategically position yourself. But it's not how you strategically position yourself, but it's the power to influence. See, when you are positioned and you don't know why you are positioned, then it makes no difference. For me, it is the influence. How can I change the world that I find myself? So there's a little bit of it, because as a pastor, you know, you can't go away without not just sharing some of the principles that comes from the Bible.
Yeah.
So what are those principles for me that I've used? One of the principles I've used that will be useful for you as well is that you must discover and grow the gift. Well, I never knew I have this gift of relationship. I never knew. I just thought I just will and deal, and nobody taught you in university, right? I didn't study relationship or relationology as we call it now in university. But then you then come into an understanding of this. There's actually a knowledge path in understanding relationship and how you can negotiate it and leverage on it. And then you have to explore relationship and get ways to connect and serve with your gift. See, what has helped me a lot is how I've used my gift to serve, and then use it to serve in a place where it can develop and grow. For example, one of the first place that I will here in the UK, one of the things that I will normally do in the early days, I'll be looking through the newspaper. It's called the Guardian. So they will have roles for trustees, directors, and their volunteers and stuff like that. I will apply, and they're volunteers. But you apply for volunteer because I know where I'm going. I'm not applying to be a volunteer just to be a volunteer. I'm applying because I need the skill. I need the ability. I need to connect. I need to relate. Even if you're not paying me, I know where I'm going. But I got to learn from somewhere. I got to be a prodigy to someone before I get to where I'm going. And one of the things I've also learned in life that I tell people about gifts, you must know your bread and butter line, and you must know your gift line. Let me explain that, especially when it comes to developing relationship and where you strategically position yourself. Whatever job you do now, either you're a banker, you work for oil company, you are doing whatever you do, what I call it bread and butter, it pays the bill. But for all you know, you must have a passion and a desire to do something which is your gift. What you need to do is how you must invest in your gift while your bread and butter is still going. But you are taking the money from your bread and butter to invest on your gift, because wherever you walk in life, they're going to retire you one day. They're going to sack you one day. They're going to say you are no more useful one day. If you don't develop the parallel line of your gift and you invest so much on bread and butter, what happens? If you're 55, 60, at least they don't want you again. You start wasting away. So it's important to understand what is it, whether God has given you the grace to start a business or something like that. So there are all of these things, diligence and all of that. Now let's go to the real thing and you begin to see. I say now that relationship is the catalyst to influence. The relationship, if you really want to influence, it's irrelevant what role, what position, wherever you find yourself. The catalyst for influence is relationship. Now, this picture is a very interesting picture. I'll be using a lot of picture of myself because I want to explain to you how I negotiated that terrain. In United Kingdom here is the head church in United Kingdom, the Anglican Church, which is the Archbishop of Canterbury. And here is Pastor Agu, who is the largest black church in the UK. But what is happening here for me in between is your ability to negotiate, to leverage, to bring together such relationship in a way that it positions you where you can monetize what you are actually doing. But then the question is, what type of relationship are there for you to embrace, to navigate on the path of your life? See, it will take more than you to have a lasting relationship. It takes all manners of. Now, there's what I call symbiotic or interdependent relationship. Different types of relationship that can help you so that you depend on me and I depend on you. But because we depend on each other, it allows us to navigate the path we are going in the future. It's a different kind of relationship. And that's where actually strategic relationship comes from. There's a difference between relationship and strategic relationship. Strategic relationship is strategic engagement whereby I bring something on the table, you bring something on the table. It's intentional, it is deliberate, it is dependence on each other. And so you have to know how to separate that part of relationship, either in business, either personal, or in any form or in any way when you are engaging. Then there's a relational chemistry, something that I have with Pastor Nee. We've not met, but it's like we're two bodies, fire on the mountain. Now, you can't determine that by yourself. It's just something that is natural. But then, within that relationship, we started to leverage on it. It's leveraging on it. in the way that where I am today talking to you. I'm leveraging on it, but only God knows how it's going to get to. But it's about being clear, focus when those relationships come into place. Then there are those who can add value to your life. Now, this could be anybody that you meet along the way, along the line. Maybe they are more exposed, they are more experienced, they have more knowledge. They have what you need. And so it's that kind of relationship is also intentional and strategic, because you know they're going to add value into what you need that you don't yet have. There's a relationship that is of common interest. That is, there's something that brought both of us together. It could be a speaking engagement. It could be maybe kind of a business that we want to share together. It could be ministry. It could be anything. But there's a common interest in that relationship. So I'm not confused why that relationship is there. Why it has to be strategic. One of the most interesting relationships I love is when I meet strangers on Virgin networks. When I mean Virgin networks, doesn't mean a media network. Because I travel a lot. By the grace of God, I've been to about 58 countries now. I don't know, maybe 58 or 62 countries in the world because of my job, because I travel a lot. One of the best relationships that I have formed in life are the relationships that I meet at the airport, that I meet at hotels, not only at the conferences. So, because like I said to you, it is who you know. It's not what you know. So that's why at every opportunity, you position yourself to embrace, engage in relationship. And it doesn't matter who. So you cannot be too proud, too arrogant. In building the future is your ability to make yourself likable, lovable by expressing yourself to people when you meet them. I've made best friends in the plane, at the airport, at the lounge, at hotels, because you walk onto people and you never know, they exchange cards with each other. You never know that what you need, they've got it, the connection of where you need to go. So it's important to build relationship with strangers, especially you see, I know some couple of friends of mine, they will never travel economy. They will always travel business class. And I say, but why? They will say to me, this is where the real deal is done. Because if you can afford to pay £4,000-5,000 to travel business class or first class, believe you me, whoever you're going to meet there, if you struck relationship, is big deal. Because you are looking at yourself at the same level. Then there's a corporate relationship between organizations and organizations. I do that a lot here in the UK, trying to get organizations to connect corporately and try to look at what is common value amongst them. And then there's alliance within a body and network. So I did put there that growth and influence will depend on strategic development of relationships. So if there's going to be any growth at all in relationship, it is the strategic and intentional engagement that you have in that relationship. Now, here is what I've learned in going forward, that tailor-made your efforts to grow your gift or your relationship. What I mean by that, you see, most of the time, you must learn how to use your 20% effort to get an 80% return, not the other way around. Not an 80% effort only for paltry 20%. So what means is you must learn to understand your area of strength and your area of competency. Meaning you don't have to be everything to everybody. You don't have to do everything. For example, I have about 3 personal assistants. Why do I have 3 personal assistants? It's because I'm rubbish in administration. I'm rubbish in some bits and bobs in maybe doing research for me or something like that. And I better use my 20% to get 80% rather than I want to be master of all. So you got to understand, what am I good at? Where are the strengths that I want to focus myself on? So when I'm engaging in relationship, I'm engaging from the place of my competency, what I'm special about. So it's about discovering, developing, and discipling what I have, using 20% of what I have to negotiate the 80% of what I don't have. I think I'm an expert in doing this, especially when I'm engaging with corporations, organizations, and charity organizations in where I work. I've mastered my 20% so well that when I enter into engagement and relationship, my 20% looks like it's even like an 80%. Why? Because of mastery. The way you speak about it, the way you introduce it, the way you engage it, the way you make the people you are engaging to look incompetent to your competency, that they need to rely and depend on you. And so once you engage in that kind of paradigm, either in doing business or whether in establishing whatever you want to do, you will see that you begin to operate from an area of strength more than from your area of weakness. So it's important to know, whenever you want to engage in relationship, what am I good at? What am I good at in engaging in this relationship, either in business or personal? What is the area that I can bring on the table? Where's my 20% in these 4 people coming together that can make the difference as we move forward? And here it is. I believe that it's about win-win strategies. This is a very interesting picture with the former Prime Minister, David Cameron, and Pastor Nims there, who is the Deputy Lieutenant and the Queen's Lieutenant or something like that, and Pastor Agu and David Cameron. I'll tell you the story of this. The Prime Minister decided to come to one of our gatherings in London. And as he was coming, because my head thinks strategically, the question I ask is that, why is he coming? He's not going to come because he likes everybody there. Politicians are politicians. They are looking for something or whatever they want to get out of us. But if you don't have a win-win strategies, it's going to come, it's going to shout to your crowd, it's going to get your vote, and it's going to go away. So we must develop win-win strategy that if you want to come to us, we must actually strategically plan what do we want to get from rule. So that's why I said you must understand the rule of engagement even when you are coming into relationship. What I mean by that, do not engage in relationship empty-handed. If you engage in relationship empty-handed, you lose before you begin.
Wow.
So what I mean by that is that for anybody I'm engaging with relationship-wise, I'm not engaging from a place of deficit. I want to have credit. So I am never empty-handed. So he's the Prime Minister. We're just a bunch of pastors. But we have to make him feel incompetent and dependent on our own area of competence so that he can rely. So you never engage empty-handed. So what do I mean by that? So we offered him, when he come, some sweet box. I call them sweet box. Mr. Prime Minister, you know, you have this issue, you have this concern, we have how we can do it. We have da. So because we've done your research very well in that relationship, and forget whether it's the Prime Minister, it could be anybody that you are engaging with. What do I mean by that? You do not approach a relationship like a beggar. Don't go to anybody that you want to get relationship with and say, can you help me, please? Can you help me pay my bill? Can you help me? Can you give me loan? Can you give me that? Nobody is interested in that. But here it is. When you engage from position of, you want to help them in the area where they are lacking. It makes a lot of difference.
Wow.
It blows them out of water. I've done that every time. I never engage anybody in position of power without researching them, without knowing their weakness, without knowing their need, without knowing what I can give. So I'm going to engage with you by making you feel incompetent from my first conversation so that what I'm bringing becomes a value of negotiation of what I want to get. And this is so key at any level that you want to. So how will you, I was on an interview panel with someone who was one of my friends when I was in Nigeria. I had about 2 youth couples, and then it was coming towards the end of their service. And then one of them said, sir, please give me, I would like you to retain me in this job. And then the guy said, why should I retain you? He said, my family, I'm the one feeding them. The money I have is the one I will use for this. So he was engaging like a beggar. Like, I need this. So later I have to call the guy aside. I said, you know, if it's me, I'll never give you the job. You've been here for almost 10 months. There must be some area of weakness. There must be an area of incompetence in this organization that when you come to the guy, you are telling him, if you have done a research on this, if you have done this on this, if you have done this on this, will have made a difference. If you have done this on, so you are telling me as the boss that your value is so important that to let you go will be a loss to me. So that's why you never approach as a beggar to anybody, to anyone. Don't approach even to a bank. If you want to take a loan, don't approach like a beggar. There must always be an area of competence that you can bring to. So position yourself or your organization from the place of specific competence or service. Always from a position of specific competence or service. I remember years ago, I think I have that photograph later. I'm just giving you an example of what I've done. The head of Metropolitan Police came to our church in Jesus' house. So as he was coming, I asked the whole pastoral team, I said, why is this guy coming? He said, oh, you want to come? I said, no. It's not just going to come and take picture and go away. No. That's what politicians do. That's what people in power do. Let's do a bit of a research of this guy before he came. So before he came, I've done my research. So I just said to them, leave me and this guy alone. You will hear about the conversation. So when he came, I approached him straight away. I said, I knew why you were here, sir. You know that we're one of the largest church, and then there's a massive level of crime, which is of black people here in the United Kingdom. He said, yeah. I said, I know that already. I said, yeah, it is. We can help you. He said, what do you mean? I said, of course, you want to solve the crime. You are looking, you've been asked to go to church because that's where the community is. I said, we can help you. He said, how will you do that? I said, it's not much about how we can help you, but how we can both negotiate this together. He said, tell me. I said, what about if you pay for us to bring some young people as cadet? You train them, you equip them, you resource them. He said, yes, we can do that. I said, number two, you want to solve a problem where you don't have people that looks like us around the table. How do you solve it? He said, that's true. I never thought about it. I said, we have two people in this church who are capable, who are skilled, that can engage in that relationship, that can make a difference. He said they should call his assistant commissioner of police who was standing outside. He said, can we link up? That was what got those people to start sitting on Scotland Yard board till today. It's about understanding the win-win strategies. So understanding how you invest your time and energy and resource that will yield the highest return. I mean, in business, it's the same thing. I run my own consulting business. My brain works in that capacity. I last year during the Black Lives Matters, my business increased by 100%. My consulting business increased by 100%. Why? I took the opportunity and advantage of what was going on, because during the Black Lives Matters that was going on in the United Kingdom, I was on every television, radio, talking and stuff like that. And then, like they say in Nigeria, I borrow myself brain. I said, these people are just using me to talk. There must be some leverage capacity from this. So what did I do? I became an expert that if you really want to engage in a in a strategic relation that will change the narrative of an organization, it will cost you. So I developed some stuff to do that. And then I was going from one organization to another organization. My business increased by 100% by relationship. And what is that? It's just linking one person to another person. I'm doing the same job for everybody, but smiling to the bank. So it's about knowing your competence and how you can negotiate and bring people to give you the highest yield. Here it is. Whatever position you have, you must use it to create influence. You must use it to create it. This is a very interesting picture as well. Years ago, these are all the contesting candidates for the mayor of London before the last election. So you will see the Sadiq Khan, the current mayor of London, on the fourth by the right. So these are all the different parties. I was asked to come and address them and provoke them, right? So why? Position equal influence. To sit amongst them, to negotiate with them. So it's about aiming to progress from being just a contributor to become the player and the leader. I always say to people that just don't get into an organization and business and just be an observer or a charity or something. Just be an observer that is happy with the role, the position, the function. Who told you cannot own the business? Who told you cannot have bigger shares of the business? That's why I love the millennial. I have 4 daughters. 2 of my daughters, they already said to me, they've quit their job. I said, why do you quit your job? They said to me, they're working with some other jobs where they decided to take about maybe 25 or 30% shares of the company or something like that. I said, my God, you guys are smart. And they said to me, no, I'm not going to work for anybody forever. I don't want to be outside the table. I want to be around the table so that we own the business. He said, if my competence I bring, develop a relationship to sit me on top, then why don't you drive it forward? So it's about how you become what I call a pimp, becoming a player in a management position. See, until you become a player in a management position, you are just the one that is being instructed, to do all of that. So I tell people, wherever they sit, either in charity or organization or whatever, aim to be the one that is the coach and the player, but not just the player. I said, don't aim to be voted or appointed into boards or team, but always advance to be the head, because you can aim high for wherever you are. So that's why relationship is key. This is where what you know is not what you need. It's who you know. It's who you can develop relationship with. This is where your voice and your impact and your presence and your contribution is establishing what you carry in the scheme of things. It's so important that you present yourself ahead before you get to where you want to be. The way you present yourself, the way you speak. It's called the leadership language. It's called the language of a chairman. You're not yet the chairman. You can learn this, and as you learn this, you use it not to put people down, but to build a relationship that will take you to where you want to go. Becoming an advocate for a cause is what makes a difference in what we want to do. So here it is. When you are engaging in relationship of influence, the key word there is to be smart. Is to be very smart. I use the egg and the chicken because the world we live is a world of egg and a chicken. We all are like a chicken that produces egg. But many people don't know the value of who you are and the value of the egg that comes out of you. So I did say that never allow the pressure of instant gratification to make you exchange your chicken for an egg. You know, that is the saddest thing I found in people when they are struggling or when they are trying to climb up, either doing a business, either in life generally. What is most important and valuable to them, they exchange it for the other person who is now using it to reproduce. So they give you they take your chicken and leave you with a egg. How can you reproduce? It's the chicken that keeps reproducing the egg, not the egg. So it's about knowing the value of what you possess. It's about knowing how to negotiate that you can't take the chicken, I'll give you some egg. And any big businessman, even in the employment world, that's what they do. Because no employer will ever pay you what you are worth. They will only pay you what they think they can give you. No employer ever does that. It's a matter of a chicken and an egg thing. Let me take your skill. Let me take your expertise. Let me take everything you have. And when I'm done with it, I can let you go and employ someone else. So your chicken has been drained. But whereas you must understand how to know the value that you possess and negotiate it relationship-wise as you grow in business. So I say you should pay attention to Esau and Jacob narrative, who does not take cognizance of what he has. Oh, it's just this little business. It doesn't matter. Somebody can take it, man, and it doesn't matter. It's just this little thing. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Let them have it. No, 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 no. They're going to have it, reproduce it, repackage it, and you're going to be thinking, I've lost this that is so important to me. So always be prepared to give specific message and answer to questions, even when invited by VIPs and when invited to places, because that is where the bonding of the relationship at a higher level is formed, by not exchanging what is so vital and important to you as a business. There are instances for me in what I do because I made up my mind about 10, maybe 15 years ago that I'm done working for anybody. I want to work for myself. Because if I work for myself, I can go holiday when I want. I can work when I want. I can work when I don't want to work. But the only thing is that if you work for yourself, you work more harder. You are more ruthless to yourself. But the harder you work, the more you see the impact. But there are instances when I've been cornered to be given an employment rather than that. But I understand, I'm sharp and smarter now that no. My chicken is not going. You can take the egg, I can distribute my egg all over the place, but this chicken remains with me. So it's about knowing exactly what is it about you that produced the chicken. And it's your negotiating instrument anywhere you find yourself. And it's a negotiating instrument to build relationship and create capacity that will take you to the top. And so, what do you need to do? I say my own way, you create outlets to influence or outlets for business or outlets to create opportunities for you. There are outlets politically. So different countries varies. Canada, America, Nigeria, Ghana, UK. There are many people who are watching all over the world tonight. But if you really want to become influential, like you know, even if you're in Nigeria, it's all about influence. And influence comes with position. But then you might not be the one in the position, but you can influence the position to your own advantage by relationship. So there's some relationship with the politicians or engaging with them because every politician wants to come back to power. Well, I guess so. In this part of the world, every politician, and you can only come back to power based on the delivery of what you have done. I guess if I live in Nigeria, I'm just saying I might be wrong, or anywhere like I've done in this country. I like to speak to the people who are in authority in politics that way and challenge them and provoke them in a way whereby I want to find opportunities to help them to have an understanding and clarity and focus of what they are doing or what they need to be doing. That might not be possible in other countries, but such things have helped such people to think, I think I like the mind of this person. I like the way this person is thinking. And it creates an opportunity for relationship. And you never know where that relationship will take you or when the door opens, who they'll be looking for to come and take a place of opportunity. And then there's community. Well, I guess in the Western world, community is more important to us because if you don't have a footprint in the community, relational engagement in the community, whatever you have is insignificant. So in this part of the world, when you have money, your money is useless unless there is a footprint of your money being used to help the less privileged. So how do you create a relationship with people in position and authority within the city you are, within the community you are? There are outlets. If God has blessed us, even if God doesn't bless us that much, but how do we become a volunteer? That even from what we do, from how we do that, we begin to make a lot of difference. I guess that's very common here. In the hospitals, even in the schools, prisons. Oh my God, who wants to go to prisons? But these are the things that open the door for uncanny relationship. Creating a job advisory center for people who are looking for job. How do you skill that? So we are beginning to create a deeper understanding and leverage for even a younger relationship, because you never know when you need those young people. You build relationship with them. You have the support base for whatever you might want to do. Media. That's not it's not a rocket science. Pastor Nee was talking about having a billboard on the street and all that sort of things. I guess he didn't have the billboard on the street because he just wanted the billboard on the street. He's smart enough to know that. There's a reason behind why the billboard. Because he will have, the way I think he thinks, he will have imagined 10 times return fold of whatever the investment of the billboard. Because oftentimes, your presence is what gives you the influence. If you are not known, nobody's going to be able to acknowledge where you're coming from. So I understand that. And that's part of the relationship. But some people are going to look at that and think, oh, I love that. What about the opportunity to use your skill on media? Every Sunday, like tomorrow morning, I'm going to be on BBC Radio every Sunday, where I review all the newspaper. So I got my names. Oh, Yemi is there. We're going to review the newspaper. Just talking with the presenters for hours, just talking about what's going on and stuff like that. But then, you know what it does? It gives me the opportunity to build relationship. People will call in. Some people, some politicians, some people in power and influence. It gives you the opportunity to do that. What I'm saying to you is that we now live in the world that you don't need to have a big radio station. You can create your own. But then it allows you to build strategic, intentional, deliberate relationship that you can eventually monetize in future. And then there are events and collaboration with other people. So here is how you do. Leverage your relationship. Always think, what do I have to offer? Not what do I want to get when you meet people. What can I offer you? Not what I can get. Because what can you give me? What can you give me? Makes the other person feel used or abused. I love it. When you meet, it does not matter. You see, you could be bigger, higher, mightier. Meet you for what can I do to help this person? How can I serve this person? Because you change the thinking narrative of grab, take, also to what can I do to help you?